Well, you know him from Moulin Rouge, Train Spotting, and of course wielding a lightsaber in Star Wars. Ewan McGregor is back, but this time he's trading movie sets for the open road. He and his best friend, actor and travel writer Charley Boorman, are taking us along for the ride in their latest globe-trotting adventure, the new Apple TV series, Long Way Home. Take a look.
My name is Ewan McGregor.
And for the last 20 years, my best friend Charley Boorman and I have travelled to some of the farthest corners of the world. Yet we've never properly explored the countries on our own doorstep. So this time, Europe is our playground.
And we're doing the journey on vintage, temperamental 50-year-old bikes.
I just love them to death. Shouldn't say that. Motorbikes are dangerous enough as it is, you know what I mean?
So nice to meet you both. I'm so excited to welcome you, Ewan McGregor, Charley Boorman, to beWell.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. So the Long Way Home, Ewan, this is the fourth installment of these adventures that you have together. So what can we expect this time around?
This time we went on the A to B of our route is slightly shorter, but we did it all around Europe. So we went all around through Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, across Central Europe to come back. It's basically a trip from my house in Scotland to Charley's house in England, but like really the long way round, you know? But we had an amazing adventure, and we met amazing people. We came across all kinds of funny things, and yeah, we had a great time.
Now, Charley, you decided to take this trip on those vintage bikes. Why was that important?
Well, I think on the last season we did it on electric bikes, and we went from the bottom of Argentina to Los Angeles, and on electric, and that's the sort of the cutting edge of technology, and that by having that cutting edge of technology, there all sorts of problems happen with that as well, and it's difficult to fix those bikes when they go wrong, and we kind of fantasized about doing it completely the opposite way and going right back to somewhere else, and the advantage of going back to old bikes is that, you know, they're much easier to fix, and you can get people along the way to help you, and then suddenly, if there are problems with the bikes, and those problems then become little adventures of their own, and you get to meet people, and so that was sort of the aim of that was to travel on old bikes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know you guys have been traveling together for what, like 20 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your first adventure like?
Well, we had many adventures before we started filming them, but we had a bunch of guys that we used to do track days with, and we would ride on the race tracks on our motorbikes. We were involved in a race team in the British Superbikes section of racing here in Great Britain. We started dreaming about doing a longer trip. There's a great book called Jupiter's Travels, written by a wonderful man called Ted Simon, that I'd read, that really sort of, he rode around the world. It took him 4 years in the early 70s, and he wrote this beautiful book. And so that inspired me to think about traveling on motorcycles. We'd done lots of other stuff on bikes, and we started dreaming up. Then we dreamt up our London to New York bike trip in 2004 that we did. And we set off on that. We found our producers, Russ and Dave, who were just crazy enough to say, yeah, we'll do it with you. And we left, and 4.5 months later, we arrived into New York City, and we'd ridden right around the Northern Hemisphere. It was absolutely amazing. We had no idea what we were doing or getting ourselves into, but we got there. So
it's so much fun, and to do it together. I know you guys really like immerse yourselves in the cultures of the countries that you visited. So is there any tradition that surprised you?
There's a lot of naked saunaing going on.
Yeah, a lot of that, a lot of saunas. Yeah, they've got heat and cold, but I think but that's one of the nice things when you travel overland and you're traveling through different countries, is that, you know, when you cross borders and you go to different countries, even in Europe, you know, people do things differently in each place, and so when you go from Sweden into Norway or back into Finland or wherever you're going, you know, there are subtle changes, and that's what is nice, and the cultures and the food really changes as well. It's a very nice way of traveling. It really is, overland, rather than just sort of flying in and.
Yeah.
Nice.
For everybody at home, Long Way Home is streaming now on Apple TV+. Thank you both so much for being here. Safe travels.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.